So here's my 2010 Volkswagen Caddy, non-facelift, which I managed to lock myself out of the other night. So basically I was showing a customer, potential customer, the folding bed systems I make for the back of various vans, including Caddies. Now when I climbed into the back, show him, my keys must have fallen out of my pocket and landed in the back, then shut the van up and it locked itself. So I've locked myself out of my Caddy. Not a major panic initially, locked myself out of various cars before over the years, so I thought, right, I'll do what I've normally done, get a block, push it behind the door and the door frame so it forces it slightly open, then get a coat hanger, feed it through nice and down to the handle and pull the handle. So this went down and pulled the handle. Only got it slightly open, so couldn't completely pull it, so got some welding wire, put a loop on the end of the welding wire, fed that in, grabbed the handle, wasn't instant, took a fair few minutes doing this, and pulled it and nothing happened at all. I'm really pulling hard on the wire and the door just wasn't opening. The handle was going and nothing was happening at all. I really couldn't understand it. So back to the internet, onto Google, onto various different forums, etc, etc. Turns out it's the Deadlock system. Basically, even if I was in the van and it had locked itself, I didn't have the keys, I would be stuck. Mine has windy windows, so I'd wind the window and get out, but if you've electric windows or anything like that, you're stuck in the vehicle, cannot get out. So really sort of out of ideas. Okay, so going by Google, these are absolutely useless, and various forums, etc. It looks like I have possibly three options. One, rock through the window. Not the best throw the best of times really. Problems with that for me is I missed the window, hit the side of the van, I missed the whole van completely, hit a neighbour's car, I don't know. So it wasn't a great one, that. Option two, again thanks to the various Volkswagen forums out there, is a hammer. Now, okay, a little bit more accurate, not going to miss the window, but we are going to make a lot of mess. There's going to be glass bits everywhere. It's not ideal, to be fair, it's not ideal. And then obviously I've got the cost of replacing the window and the time and effort cleaning everything up. Third option is a replacement key from Volkswagen themselves. Looking again on the various forums, this prices, people are saying it varies from £40 to £200. So let's give Volkswagen a call. Hi mate, I've locked my keys in my Volkswagen Caddy, and I've tried to get through the window to pull the handle, but I believe it's now deadlocked. Is that correct?
Yes, I can do deadlock, yeah.
Right. How much is a replacement key then?
For what car was it again?
It's a Volkswagen Caddy.
Okay. Do you have registration?
Yeah, it's...
The key would cost you £164.98.
£164.98. Is that including VAT, yeah?
That's including that for the key. Obviously, with all keys that you get, they do need code into the car as well, so you can get that done from here, or you could take it elsewhere.
Right. So we've heard from Volkswagen, and this is looking a bit more of an option. It's a lot of money, and 10 days. I mean, take 10 days off. It's a lot of box sets, isn't it, to watch? So my mind was racing, coming up with different ideas, and I came up with the next idea, which So my options are now limited. Didn't want to smash the window, and didn't want to really pay for an expensive key. So had a look on Google, brought some schematics, and basically the locking system behind here. So I thought, I do quite a bit of welding. My option is I cut a square out of here and pull the lock, and then I get a piece of metal and I weld it back in. But it's pretty drastic really, isn't it? And then paint the door, etc, etc. So when I was looking at these schematics of the locking systems on the doors on the Caddy vans, not only did I see the one for the side door, but I also saw the one for the rear door. So my next thought was, maybe I could do the same. Maybe I could cut a panel out sort of here, and then weld a piece back in. And as I thought about it, I thought, hold on, to be quite fair, we've got the number plate at the back. Now let's have a quick look at the schematics. So I looked again at the schematics and thought, do you know what, the lock isn't far off where the number plate goes. So I came up with what I think was a great plan. So I took the number plate off, and as you can see, just take the number plate off, basically you've got a panel behind that nobody ever really sees or ever really looks at. And I thought, well, I probably don't need to cut a hole in it. I could probably drill a hole in the back, get my coat hanger through and pull the lock up. So I had a couple of options. I've got my drill corded because my battery drill was in the back of the van, and the drill bits. You've got that option. I looked at that, I didn't think that was going to be quite big enough, and I've got one of those which sinks it down to various different levels, etc, etc. So pop that on the drill, set to work and drilled a hole in the back. So as you can see, this is the hole I drilled. Now, bad camera work. Not the neatest. As it turned out, I didn't quite need to do what I did. So I drilled that hole and got a little set of pliers, played about with the wire I saw, nothing really happened. So got the coat hanger, moved it about here, there and everywhere, nothing really happened again from there. At the same time I was sort of bending the hole and making it a little bit worse. And then I actually looked through, and right in front of where I drilled the hole there is a metal bar, like an arm. I'll show you from the inside. So what I'd actually done is, more by good luck than good management, I drilled pretty much directly in front of this bar here. Now this bar opens and closes the door. So what I got was a set of long nose pliers. I put them through on the other side and pulled down. The door opened. So if you want to do this yourself, the hole is roughly the centre, about 30mm to the left, just below where your key goes in, and what, 55mm down, something like that from there. Drill through there, in line with the bar, pull down with your pliers, deadlock system opened up. Now obviously it leaves a hole, but you can cover that as well. Now I bought ages ago off eBay a pack of assorted grommets, which open the other way, and the biggest one in there is that. It's about 25mm, something like that. Let's just check. Yeah, 20, 25, 28, something like that. So I mean, if I was going to do it again, I'd set the hole to the size of one of the grommets so I knew which one I had. Fortunately I had one, so one of these in the hole. And there you go, with the grommet fitted back in the hole. Fortunately mine doesn't fit particularly well because I writhed about the hole and twisted the metal slightly, to be fair, but if I was doing it from scratch again, obviously the hole would be a lot neater and work perfectly. So basically there you go. If you're locked out of your van or car or anything, drill a hole behind the number plate, cover it up with a grommet and put your number plate back on. Thanks for watching.